And greetings, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Division C West matchup between Essence Gaming and Resurgence of the Storm. So, Essence Gaming comes in with 6 points with a 5-12 record, and Resurgence of the Storm is higher in the standings with 15 points and a 12-5 record. The coin flip went to Resurgence of the Storm. They chose first pick. So, our map bans are Dragonshire and Braxis for Essence Gaming, Hanamura and Cursed Hollow for Resurgence of the Storm, and we're going to all track pass. So teams are ready. We are assembled. I'm excited. I don't know if anyone else is, but I am. And they are getting ready to start the game, and then we will get into it. And here we are on our way to Outtrack Pass. Into the draft we go. And a Resurgence of the Storm with first pick will decide who they get to not play against this game. See Punk Pirate out there. See some other new names I'm not familiar with. Welcome to all the new people and to the old friends as well. So I did do a little bit of prep before. So I've got some information about pick rates and win rates for Division C and the team. So we'll hopefully drop some nuggets of knowledge here during the draft. And we get rid of Malthiel. He is first to go. Interesting. He's this is a big map on a pale horse. He can really get around the map there. It's not, you don't see that first pick very often, but I'm sure they have their reasons. And let's see who Essence Gaming doesn't want to play against. Got a lot of heroes that are really seeing a lot of play in Division C. May is tearing it up with a 67% win rate with 60 games. Johanna is up there, 57% with 104. And Ming goes away, so they do not want to face Ming. Ming this season, her win rate's dropped a little bit. It's 43%. These stats are all for Division C only for this season. But in the right hands, Ming can be an absolute beast. So if you know someone on the other team can play her, not a bad idea to get rid of her. And we get rid of Maev here. Interesting bans. This is different than what your typical get rid of ETC, Johanna, and Kel'Thas. So I like it. Keeps the game interesting. And there are 88 heroes. Don't want to focus on the top 10. And Gazlo. Gazlo has really come on strong lately after his rework. And he's a little oppressive, especially in Storm League and in NGS. I think he is also as well. So they're going to not deal with the Gazlo situation at all. And we'll see who they want to take with their first pick. Chromie, that'll warm Punk Rock Pirate's heart, seeing Chromie out there with the first pick. Dropping that sand all over the place. And we'll see what they come back with. She's got a lot of good poke there to poke the objective from long distance. So they'll have to come up with some way to deal with that. I think you just have to go find her and kill her. So we see Diablo and Lucio, the Lord of Terror and everyone's favorite roller skating DJ. And see who they want to put with that Chromie. Diablo, let's go look at some stats here.
The crusade calls.
Johanna. As I said earlier, Joe's win rate about 57%, so it's up there. Diablo's fallen off a little bit. He's seeing a lot of play, but his win rate's down at about 35% in Division C. So, but I'll bet Tricor is going to put on a show with it anyway. Stats be damned. And then we see Anduin taken, so we could maybe see some light bomb on Johanna. That can be impressive at the right spot. Who do they not want to see with that Johanna and the Anduin? They don't want to see Sonya. Solid ban. Don't have to deal with her pushing the entire game and spinning to win. So Resurgence of the Storm, they see a tank and a healer on the other team already. So my guess is they banned some kind of high octane DPS. See what they decide to get rid of. Maybe something like a Tassadar or a Kael'thas. No, Deathwing. They don't want to see Deathwing. For some of the same reasons you don't want to see Sonya on this map. And if he drops onto the objective, all hell can break out. Which Diablo would like, so they probably don't want to let that happen. Essence Gaming taking their 3rd and 4th picks. Mephisto and Zool. Don't see much Mephisto, but he's really good if you can keep him right on that, right at the proper range where that circle is hitting everyone. Very hard to deal with a good one. So he's more of a close-up threat than Chromie is. It'll be interesting to see the difference in playstyles between the two mages. And we fill out the Resurgence of the Storm draft with Raynor and Zeratul. So Jimmy right click and Zeratul. That could be trouble. I guess he could go hunting Mephisto. Doesn't have any other real squishy targets over there, but it does mean that I think Resurgence Gaming is built for the late game at this point. Because Zeratul, he's good. And then he gets 16 and he becomes an absolute beast. So they might slow play this a little bit. We'll see how it goes. And we fill our rosters out with Greymane. And see if anyone wants to swap. Doesn't look like they're going to. Looks like everyone is happy with their roles. So count down the time and let's get into it. So what do you think, teams? Whose draft do you like better here? I think I'm going to go with Essence Gaming by just a touch because I really like the Zool on this map. But I think they need to get ahead early. If they don't get ahead early with Zool getting all that XP and they're behind when that 16 comes around, could be trouble with Zeratul. So both teams are really solid, though. All right, everyone's loading up. Hope everyone's enjoying their Friday night. I'm watching Heroes of the Storm, so I'm enjoying it by definition. All right, let's get into the game. So first things first, let's introduce the teams. In the blue trunks on the left side of the map, we have Tricor on the Diablo, Sinclair on the Lucio, Apocalypse on the Mephisto, Ailish on the Zool, and Keeks on the Greymane. And in the red trunks on the other side of the map, we have Perseus on the Johanna, Wingman on the Chromie, Susie on the Anduin, Pincer on the Raynor, and C2D2 on that sneaky little Zeratul. So let's head out to mid because we know that's where the teams are going to go. It's the law and hots. You got to start mid, right? Chromie start getting started with the damage on the wall there. No one being too aggressive. Zool has decided he's going to go ahead and start getting that XP right up front. Probably not a bad decision. That's his job on this map, so he's going to go at it. Both teams just kind of posturing a little bit. Johanna with a condemn, Mephisto jumping in. Greymane got chunked down there by Chromie with that sand, but he's gonna be safe, hang out by his buddy Lucio. So it looks like we have Johanna going down to the bot lane to soak here against Greymane. That blind will be good against Tim. He has to back up and roll away. And in the top lane, we've got Zeratul against Zool. Resurgence of the Storm, getting an early start on that camp. You'd like to see that because if you take it quickly enough, it can be available just when the objective pops. So you'll have you basically get a 2-for-1 on the camp value there. Uh-oh, Chromie's in trouble. and she gets a flip over Diablo's shoulder. She pops her medallion and gets unstoppable, but it's not enough, and that is first blood going over to the minions. Get credit for that, but I think Diablo was probably your primary aggressor there with a healthy assist from Mephisto. Even with the death, though, Essence Gaming, partially and thanks to that Zool for popping up to the top lane early, they still have an XP lead. The rest timers short. See what's going on in the bottom lane here. Johanna and Greyming both kind of low, both just kind of soaking by the wall safely. Essence is taking their camp now. Objective will be popping in 22 seconds, I believe. The announcement will come. Diablo's seeing his walls kind of beaten down here, and I don't think there's a whole lot he can do about it. We have 3 members of Resurgence here. Now Zeratul just a tourist there. He's just passing by. So that wall is gone. The fountain may be gone here shortly. Diablo's a little bit low. With only 31 souls, he's not beefy enough to just step up there and really get them to respect him, and that wall is destroyed. The objective is going to be up in 15 seconds now. Take a look at the bottom lane. We've traded, so Zeratul is down there dealing with Greymane and almost dealt with them in a really big way. Greymane was able to get back to safety. Zeratul taught him a little bit of respect. Camp pushing mid is taken care of with ease, so that wall on the red side in the mid is still pretty healthy. Diablo's decided he wants to crack the Zeratul in the bot lane. He's up to 46 souls, so he's almost halfway there. And there's that double camp I was talking about. So we do have a second camp being taken on the red side of the map. So they'll let that push mid and probably collapse on the objective while Essence is dealing with the camp. So they'll give them a choice of the things they can deal with. Top lane, you've got Johanna against Zool. Let's look at those XP numbers. So Zool's leading in siege damage. Where's XP? There it is. Yep. So Zool is leading everyone in XP like we expect. Zeratul is a close second. And we have some action on the point. Essence has invaded to try and free their camp, and they do get the channel, so that timer is started. Where it is stopped at 22 seconds. No, it's going to resume now. They got Johanna out of there. We've got 5 blue nameplates around here guarding this. 10 seconds left. If Resurgence wants to do anything about this, they're going to have to get that channel here very, very quickly. We're down to 5 seconds. And Essence just plowing forward, saying you can't channel what you can't get to. And that is how it ends. And we have the first objective going over to Essence Gaming. They are going to maybe lose the mid-fort for it, and the mid-fort does fall because that camp was pushing. So they're going to have to get enough value out of this push to make it worth that camp. So Zool is up in the top lane all by himself, and he's got a whole sea of red up there. He does see the way the wind is blowing and decides to back up a little bit. So he's not going to be able to push with that. In the meantime, in the mid lane, we've got 3 from Essence pushing, and only a little tiny Zeratul to defend him. And Diablo comes in, stuns Zeratul against his own fort. That's kind of mean. And Anduin saves his life by pulling him out at the last second. Diablo's a little bit low. He has to back up, but they've still got the camp there, and they've still got 2 healthy members in Greymane and Lucio. So they are going to get the well, not quite the fort. The fort's going to take a little bit of damage. Zool is slow. I think he's... is he going to get away? Maybe not. Johanna does have the condemn up and slows to begin. And Zool goes down, courtesy of Chromie. In the bot lane, though, while all that fighting was going on, the bottom fort's gone. So they did get 1 fort out of the objective. And it looks like Resurgence might be making a little push down here. I don't know how aggressive they're going to be. They get some damage, but they're going to have to walk away. So the objective is finally completed. And we have, let's see, a little damage on the keep wall bottom. Mid, forts up, but the wall's down, and top is still pretty strong. They've got half the wall. So they do get some definite value out of it, though. Heroics are here for both teams. Johanna, that is indeed a falling sword. You don't see that every day. We'll see if she can get into the squishy part of the Essence lineup and cause some damage there. That camp being taken for Resurgence. We got another camp being taken by Essence a little while ago, so they will meet right where the old blue fort used to stand. Moment of silence for the blue fort. And Resurgence is going to take that camp out, and theirs is healthy, so it's going to push. I don't know if it's going to go all the way to keep wall, but what's this in the bottom? Essence is, they started the boss, but Johanna comes in with a falling sword just in case they were still there. The boss did not leash, and Essence had to back off, and that boss is going to go to Resurgence. Yep, that's our first boss, and it goes over to the red guys. The objective is up, so we'll have to see if they keep pushing with the boss or if they let it walk and head to the objective. We do have 15 seconds till the objective starts, so they have 4 down here pushing with the boss right now. Johanna gets tower aggro, but she's got her D. She's fine. The APOC comes down. Anduin was going to get caught, but he popped his unstoppable, so he's going to be able to run away. Diablo flips Johanna. Is she going to get away? Anduin with a really, really nice pull. Nice save there, Andy. So the boss is still fairly healthy. It's at about 60%. It's going to go to the keep wall. So they're going to have to deal with the boss. In the meantime, Resurgence is going to take that camp for the, I believe, 4th time this game. And I would expect them to rotate down to the objective. So they're doing a really good job of making sure that during the objective, the other team has something to deal with. Although, it didn't really help them out on the last objective because Essence said, okay, fine, we're not going to deal with the other thing, but we will take this objective. And they did take the objective, they got a fort out of it. So that was the way they decided to play that, and it worked out. Zeratul, he's got a seer right around him. I don't know if he sees the flank from Greymane. He is going to walk away safely. And Essence, are they thinking about that boss, or are they just checking it? I think they were just checking it. So poor Zul by himself in that mid lane. Johanna comes down with the falling sword to scare him off, but does not get him. We've got that red camp pushing. Looks like they're going to be able to deal with it fairly quickly, though, and that camp is gone. Still nobody's made any kind of a move towards the objective. Zeratul coming in from the backside. Hanging out in the bushes. Invisible and in the bushes. No one's going to see him for sure. So, Essence Gaming. Chromie gets a time stop and gets them in a little trouble and gave her team time to set up an attack. And Zeratul takes down Greymane. Diablo in a lot of trouble. Skeleton slowing the team. Zul got him out with the skeletons, but Zeratul was able to slide in there, and then Zul goes down. Diablo will be coming back, but he's baby Diablo with 0 souls, so he's going to have to do some soaking somewhere to get those souls up. And we have 5v3, now 5v4 for Resurgence to the Storm, and they have started the channel. So Essence does have some time. They'll have time even if they want to wait until Zul. Johanna getting really, really cheeky there and looking at the camp. Essence pushes it back. And they're going to take the camp themselves. So it looks like they're going to wait for Zul to be up and get the camp started and then rotate over to the objective. 15 seconds left. So if they're going to do something about this, it is time to motor. 6 seconds left. I don't know if they're going to be able to get in there and stop the channel. And they've, I think, maybe wisely decided that that was probably a bad proposition anyway. And they're just going to soak and try and even up that XP. They are down a level. Not a big deal to be down that level, but here in a moment, they'll be down a talent tier 16 to 13. So they want to get 16 as quickly as possible, all the while dealing with the objective here. And Resurgence of the Storm is focusing top, maybe opening up the boss lane there, so they'll have boss pressure on keep on top and bottom if they take the boss. Diablo on the slowing sands. Lucio breaks it down. Raynor throws a Hyperion. It's not quite enough to kill Diablo, so he does walk away safely. The fort, however, I don't know if we could say that for the fort. Johanna comes in with the falling sword and the light bomb, and that connects on Diablo. Diablo goes down. Zeratul does the Void Prison trick and catches a couple people, and he's zipping all over the place. And Greymane goes down. So we've got 5 red team up here at the top with the objective pushing, and they have 5v3, so they are thinking about keep. The objective is just about dead in the other lane, so it looks like this is where they're going to focus their efforts. Still got 20 seconds until Essence Gaming is at full strength. Zool throwing up the skeletons to dissuade Resurgence from coming in. Johanna just doesn't care. She has her shield. She says that keep is ours. We're going to take it, and she gets away with it. So a lot of value out of the objective here. So we've got 2 keeps up for Essence, and we've got 3 keeps and 2 forts up. And we don't quite have 16 for Essence. They do have 16 now, so they'll be on the same talents here. Diablo with the nice flip on Zeratul. He does blink away. And another nice save by Anduin. That's at least 3, and I've probably missed a couple. Anduin's playing really, really well. Diablo gets a charge onto Raynor, though, and Greymane finishes it off. APOC doesn't hit anyone. Might have hit Joe, but she hit her D. She didn't care. She walked away from it. And the time stop kept the pursuers away. So Resurgence is going to go for the camp again. And Essence is going to go for the boss. I think they've got time because Resurgence isn't really concerned about it. Zeratul is I thought he might be waiting for a rotation up to the top boss or something. He's just keeping his lanes clear. So they are going to take that bottom boss, and they did pick the boss in the lane that has no fort, so they have a little bit of keep pressure there. And they're a full level behind, but they might have time to catch up and get 20 just about the time Resurgence does. So this game isn't over, everyone. Far from it. And they are heading due north. Are they heading for the boss? They are. I don't think they tripped any vision anywhere. Zeratul, however, coming up. So Zeratul sees them now. Can't do anything about it. Oh, is he going to do something cute with Void Prison? No, he's just going to back up. So down in the bottom lane, that boss, the first boss is cleaned up. But because they had to defend the first boss, they didn't have time to protect the top, and the second boss goes. That boss does have a fort in front of it. Zeratul with the Void Prison gets a couple, and then Johanna drops in. Timing was off by a little bit, but they still got 2. Mephisto and Diablo goes down. Zool's in a lot of trouble, and he's going to go down. Zeratul finishes him off. So that's a 5v2. The boss is up in the top lane. It's healthy. It looks like Zeratul's going to go deal with the boss. Johanna's just going to kind of anchor here in the mid lane. Maybe get a little damage on the walls there. And the other 3 are going to protect their camp. They've got 40 seconds left. Help will be on the way. In 20 seconds, Zool will be up. So they'll be there. And it's going to be close if they want to stop this. And, wow, I apologize. I just completely lost track of Johanna. However, Greymane did not lose track of Johanna. And Greymane asked her to go sit down for about 60 seconds. So I think they're going to be able to, even with the 20-18 disadvantage, they're going to be able to channel this. Chromie might be able to poke them off. Nope, she does not. So with 13 seconds left, Essence Gaming is going to come up here, and they're going to start their own No, they're not. They're going to go looking for blood. Chromie, she's in stasis. She's in a lot of trouble. Anduin pulls her to safety, but she was already dead. That was a foregone conclusion. Nothing she could do. So now we've got 5v3 on the side of Essence Gaming. And that structure advantage is down a little bit. They did take the top fort. Mid has a red camp pushing, so someone will have to deal with that, but they don't have to really deal with it until it gets to the keep wall. There's no fort to worry about now, so I think they'll probably just stay on the point and make sure that they capture this. Chromie's still down, so it's still 5v4. Rainer comes in with the Hyperion. Zul puts the skeletons down. Diablo jumps in and grabs Rainer and flips him. Light bomb on Rainer, but he has to walk away, unfortunately, so he didn't stun anyone, but he did stay alive. But they did enough damage to Resurgence that they're going to have to back up. And we're down to 2 seconds, 1 second. That is going to be a blue objective, I believe the first one of the game. So they're going to sprint back there, and they're going to clean up this wave, and the camp pushing mid. Looks like Zul's going to get that tasked with doing that. He should be able to do that, not a problem. And where does Essence decide to focus their attention? Looks like they're going to go mid and take that fort. Zeratul zipping in, but Diablo sees him, pulls him, flips him. Void Prison stops 3. And then the Falling Sword comes out on top of that. Not going to get anyone. The APOC comes out, gets 2. Everybody's fighting. Diablo really, really low. He does have a lot of souls. And Johanna, I believe she's going to have to use Falling Sword to get out. Did she take the... Yeah, she took Heaven's Fury, so I believe she gets a cooldown reduction. Yeah, so she'll have Falling Sword more often than it seems humanly possible. If she plays her cards right, which she did there. So the objective's still got some strength in the bottom when it gets to the wall. Top is about done, and middle is done. They did get the wall there. So they're going to come down and push with this last 50% of the bottom lane. Diablo's got all of his souls now. He's a big beefy boy. And the light bomb, Johanna comes in and gets Diablo with the light bomb. Diablo does go down. I think Zul's going to go down. He does. Mephisto, is he going to escape? He does escape for now. But Zeratul sees him and cleans him up. And Zul died in there somewhere. And that is going to put us at 5v2 for the next almost minute. So Resurgence of the Storms, wasting no time in heading down to the boss. And they're going to take this and let it pressure the keep. Now, are they going to push with it? It's probably a little too early to end with it. With Essence up in 30 seconds, maybe not. Maybe if they play this right, they'll be able to end with it. The other option would be to go and take the top boss because it'll be up now. But at least 4 of them are going to go and hang out in the bottom lane and see if they can get some value from that boss. Diablo will have help in 10 seconds, and he does have APOC up, so maybe might be able to catch some people. Keep it's down to about 20%, and Johanna gets the aggro, doesn't care, pops her shield, takes the keep down, so that's 2 keeps down, and of course the core on this map gets weaker with every keep that goes down. APOC and the Void Prison kind of cancel each other out there. And we've got the red boss at almost full health on the core. Core's down to 18,000. Rainer throws a Hyperion. Zeratul does go down. Johanna goes down. If they can clear this boss, they might live to fight another day, but they're going to have to turn around and really, really chunk this boss down. 7,000, I don't know if they're going to have the damage to do it because they've got to deal with the red team. And the core goes to 0, and that is going to put game 1 over to Resurgence of the Storm. Good game. Really good game. All right, so let's head to the game summary here. And let's look at some stats. So, Chromie and Rainer leading damage 1-2. No surprise there. I would like to call out Anduin, even though he's not. Or no, he was on the winning side. Duh. Sorry, had a long week. He had some pulls to make some really key saves in there. He saved at least 3 people from certain deaths. So if I've got to name an MVP for that game, even though you've got all that big damage to the top, I'm probably going to go with Anduin. I'm a support being, so it's kind of what I had to do. All right, so let's head over to the maps and do my favorite thing as a caster, and that is give the win to a team and put a point on the board. So that point is going to go to Resurgence of the Storm, and we'll see where we're going. See if Essence wants first pick or a map pick, and then we'll get a map and it'll be off. So chat, who's your MVP of the game? Mine's Anduin. Do you agree? Disagree? Disagreements are always welcome as long as they're friendly and presented in a sane and cogent fashion. Where do we think we're going to go? So Essence Gaming is going to take the first pick. So that's going to give map pick over to Resurgence of the Storm. And we'll see where they want to go. So Braxis is gone, so we can't play on Braxis. Don't understand the Braxis hatred, but it's gone. I'm seeing a Tomb of the Spider Queen. I have no real reason to say that other than I just like that map. Maybe Battlefield of Eternity. I like Battlefield too. I think the drafts are probably the most interesting on that map, in this caster's opinion. And I'm going to take a really, really short break, and I'll be right back. And we're back. Got myself a little beverage here, so I could have a voice again. Still waiting on the teams to pick them out. So, chat, where do you want to see them go for this third game? Resurgence is map pick. They won the first game, so they could potentially put themselves on a map that they're very, very comfortable with and try and close us out. Essence Gaming, of course, trying to take that game 2 and force a game 3. Fighting for the playoff lives at this point. Getting kind of late in the season. So just looking at the standings so far, Essence has with the 6 points. They really need to get the 2 points to stay alive in the playoff hunt. Resurgence of the Storm. On, we're going to Infernal Shrines, everyone. Infernal Shrines. So let's mark it, make it official. Infernal Shrine. And we'll get into the game. So Resurgence with 15 points so far. If they haven't guaranteed themselves a playoff spot, they had to be pretty close by now. So for them, it's all about playing for playoff positioning. So the game's still important to both teams. And there are enough weeks in the season that funny things can happen. So neither team wants to leave these points sitting on the table. Tell the teams we can start. Be interested to see if we get some respect bans here in the second game. If I'm Essence Gaming, I would consider getting rid of the Zeratul. He was kind of a beats late. He gets that power spike at 16 and he just takes off. So he was hard to deal with. The Johanna was really, really good. She was fearless, just like a Johanna is supposed to be. Got them some buildings that I think another tank would have had some problems getting. So we'll have to see. And here we go on our way to Infernal Shrines. Let's get into the draft, shall we? Alright, Essence has first pick, so they also have first ban. See who they want to get rid of. Yeah, so far this season, Zeratul coming into this game was he only had 7 games played, but he had 71% win rate. So if you put him in the hands of someone good, he's going to be good. They're going to get rid of the Gazlo again. I think they got rid of him the first game, so I think that's smart. Just don't deal with him. He's gross right now. He's a bad man. We'll see who Resurgence wants to get rid of. They get rid of the mouthfeel again. I suspect that there's a really good mouthfeel player. Let me go look at some stats here and see. Yeah, they do have a 60% mouthfeel player, so that might just be a target ban. They don't want to see that mouthfeel come out to play. In my opinion, I'd rather target ban a good player than go after the more meta heroes most days of the week. So I'm all aboard with that. And Diva. See those bans in Storm League quite a bit now. Get rid of Diva, get rid of Gaslow. And I'm expecting in the balance patch, maybe Gaz gets tuned down a little bit. Diva, I don't know, she might be okay where she is, but she's still seeing a lot of bans. People are remembering the last 2 or 3 weeks where she was a little rougher and just don't want to deal with her. There's the Maiev getting banned again. So the same bans coming out for Resurgence. Don't see it on my list. Oh well. So let's see who we get with our first pick here. We get Johanna. They said, you know what? We got tired of that Johanna being fearless. We want to be fearless this game. So they're going to take Johanna all for themselves. She'll have to switch jerseys and report to the other locker room for the second game. And Fisto switching sides here. Anduin, however, does not get traded. They placed a franchise tag on him, and they are going to keep him. So Susie will be bringing that Anduin out to play. That was so impressive in the first game. So we get Stukov. Switch up our healers here. And who do we want to put with that? Asmodan. Don't see him a lot in league play, but on Infernal Shrines, he can, if he's played well, he can really mop up those shrines. So, got to keep your eye on him. So, who do we not want to see with this? Not sure. Maybe some kind of auto attack or a bruiser. I don't think they'll take another mage. Well, they get rid of Kalthas. Kalthas can be oppressive on this map. It's so easy for him to just set all the little skeleton dudes on fire and laugh gleefully as they burn. So that's not a bad ban. I would not be surprised to see Essence ban a tank here. And they get rid of ETC. popular choice, and this season he is getting played a lot. He's at 48% win rate. But he's really versatile. It's a good map for him. Well, every map's a good map for ETC. That's a silly thing to say. He doesn't have a bad map. It's one of the things that's so nice to play in. So instead, we get Jimmy right click is out again, and Rainer and Sonya, so she'll be spinning to win. And we take Blaze and Tychus for Essence. So they're going to have Blaze and Asmodan and Johanna in the shrine there. All heroes that are pretty good at burning that down if they're spec'd that way. So I think on the objective, I probably give Essence a nod here, but I don't know. Resurgence played really well in the first game, and Rainer and Sonya are no slouches about getting after the objectives too. So that's why we play the games after all. And teams are loading up as we speak. Seeing who wins the mini game of the loading bars. I'm anxious to see what Resurgence does to counteract the objective here. I'm a little worried for them when it comes to objective time. All right. Sorry about that there. All right, so for the blue team, we have Tricor on the Johanna, Apocalypse on the Sukov, Sinclair on the Asmodean, Keeks on the Tychus, and on Blaze, we have... Who's on Blaze? Oh, Ailish, duh, the captain. And on the red side, we have, as they approach the mid, Wingman on Mephisto, Susie on Anduin, Kenster on Rainer, C2D2 on Sonya, and on May we have Perseus. So they're going to, in similar fashion from the first game, they're just going to send someone top to start soaking immediately. Blaze is going to go up there and head to the off lane. Sonya's going to go join him. And the teams just kind of passively hang out here in the mid. Let's pop the talents up there. Rainer did go ace in the hole, so he should get some nice slows for May. That'll be a nice little touch of synergy for them. See how much they're able to take advantage of that. Teams mixing it up in the bot lane. It looks like Sonya, is she going to she gonna double sub? Oh, we have a little potential fracas down here. Camps are up, and a Resurgence of the Storm wastes no time going after that first camp. Blaze has come down, so he might miss a little bit of soak on the top. Maybe not. Yeah, he's going to miss a couple minions, I think, at most. So XP even so far. We do have the camp taken. The first camp, the second camp will be taken here momentarily. Resurgence gets there, but just a skosh too late, so they back away. They're just going to be satisfied with defending this boss. Or this camp. Sorry about that. Two camps are going to meet in the mid and just hang out and have a little party with each in the mid lane. Sonya's going to come and help their red camp push the blue camp down. Resurgence looking at the bottom camp. We do have 4v4 down here, so Sukov with a nice silence there. May flies in, and Tychus is going to go down, and Stukov does go down, and I think Rainer popped Johanna out with the Q. Nice play. So that camp turns red as well. And we've got 2 more kills for Resurgence. Sonya's still got that red camp with her. She's getting rid of the minions, so there's going to be a nice fat wave crashing in mid. Johanna does come out and condemn. She scoops him up, and Asmodean clears him off. So the camp does a little bit of damage to the wall. They've walked away from it, so it's going to continue to do some damage from the wall. But Tychus falls. Apologies, I missed that. They've got a camp in the bottom too, so they're going to clean that one up. Mephisto coming in, throwing that circle around, and then getting back out. The objective is up. And Resurgence is in the pit, and they are getting after it. They're up at 12 right now, so they've gotten a big start after all that talk I had in the draft about how I thought Essence was going to really, on the objective, Resurgence has decided we're going to show the world that Gary doesn't know what he's talking about, so not that that's a surprising thing to have that happen. And they're at 32. Essence is going to, I think they're just going to give this up, and they're going to get down here and clear the minions out and play for the defense. As a Mortar Punisher, not the strongest one, so maybe not as big a deal as if you've gotten a Frozen Punisher, which can shut the building down. Johanna drags the Punisher with her. It's going to go focus on the fort. So the fort's gone. I don't think there's anything they can do to save that. That Punisher's still fairly healthy. And the red team is also fairly healthy, so I'll see how aggressive they are here. So May, the answer is going to be very aggressive. And Raynor comes in to take out Tychus, and Anduin finishes off Johanna. So that Punisher is at about 30% now. They do pull it over the wall. So they're able to take it down at their leisure. Now it's going to come down. It's going to take the wall. So it's going to get a couple bangs to the keep. And then they pull it off. They kill it. So the keep is still almost 100%. But the same can't be said for that wall or the fort that used to be in front of it. And we have a full level lead here for Resurgence, and they're taking advantage of that and sneaking over and invading the camp on the blue side of the map. And Blaze has to back up a little bit and get safe. So Asmodean is stacking pretty well, so he's going to get more and more powerful. Resurgence taking the other camp. They're doing a really good job of just staying on their macro game, just going from camp to camp. You see something yellow, make it red. So they're keeping up the pressure. So Essence is kind of on the back foot. They've got to deal with that constantly. And they're going to take this bottom camp. I think they're going to take it without a fight. And they are. I wouldn't be too surprised to see them go after the top camp, but then they might also want to push this camp and see if they can get some more value. Sonya comes in and she's spinning all over the place. We do have the avalanche, and poor Asmodean got caught in the big fat snowball, and he's not going to make it out. And Stukov walking away. Apocalypse trying to get out of there. He was at 10 health, and unfortunately goes all the way to 0, so he's down. Johanna, even with her D, she's really, really low, and I think she's going to make it out. Hopefully she's got a well to tap. Yeah, it looks like she did. But in the meantime, that keep is going to go down. I think we've got 5 red nameplates around the keep. Keep does stay alive for the moment. A lot of minions coming up, though, and they do have the camp. Right now, the camp seems to be focusing on the heroes, so maybe the keep is going to stand. It is for now. Blaze is not able to do much because there are 4 of them there, so he's just got to play safe defense. The rest of Essence was on the way, though, and Resurgence knew that, so they backed up. And are they going to go to their top camp? Yep, they're going to get the top camp. And XP with is still, and there's still only a level difference. There's plenty of time for Essence to make up that difference. I'd like to see them grab their top camp here shortly. So we'll have the red camp pushing the top lane, the lane where the objective is going to be. Everyone for Resurgence is hanging out mid. I wonder if they're trying to catch Essence in a bad rotation here. Essence so far not having anything to do with that. They're gonna grab their camp, so it'll be pushing in the lane, and they've already taken the red camp, so the blue camp will be maybe here to provide them a little bit of support in case they if they can pull the team out into the lane and have a team fight. So Essence is coming in. Johanna condemning, trying to get someone. Blaze comes in. He misses stun, but he does get the combustion and the Stukov silence. And there's damage all over the place. However, it's Tychus that goes down first. And then the snowball comes out. And that snowball has Stukov inside. Stukov goes down. And Johanna is low. She pops her D. She is... she's not going to make it out. Or is she? No, she doesn't make it out. They did kill Mephisto, so they did get one out of it. But that's a 3-for-1. And the objective is 30-2, so I don't think there's anything Essence can do about it. So they'll probably have to find some value somewhere else on the map and just wait and defend. And this is a frozen Punisher, so this will shut a fort down. So it's going to be tough for them to save that fort. And I think they're probably just going to let it go. There's not much they can do. Use it for the little bit of defense you can get from it, and then they do pull the Punisher back behind it and distract it, but it does turn around and clobber the fort, so the fort is gone. May sliding in. Johanna getting out of there safely. Essence hanging out behind the wall, trying to defend this thing. So the keep wall is halfway down. Uh-oh, Johanna's low again, but she pops her D and she's unstoppable, so she was able to walk through all the red circles. Alright. So the keep stands. And Johanna could be in a little bit of trouble if Blaze gets a slow, and then Azmodan dunks on her. Pulls a little Kobe on her there, and Sonya will be out for a little bit. So it's Essence's time to shine in the camp taking department, I think. They're going to take this one, and then I would expect them to rotate down to the bottom camp. Resurgence kind of hanging out, but I don't think they can really do anything 5v4. So they're just going to defend that camp. Essence going to sends people down to the camp while Stukov and Blaze get a little damage on the wall. Stukov wisely backing up there a little bit. Both teams are back at full strength. And we have 5 heroics up for Resurgence, only 2 available for Essence, although Azmodan's will be up here momentarily. So if they want to take a fight, they might also just wait until 16. They're going to get 16 before Essence does, so you might see them slow playing for the next 30 to 45 seconds until they get 16, and then at 16, go find the blue team and make them come out to play whether they want to or not. So Essence just going to have to soak lanes and then get back into it. Objective's not going to be up for a little while, so I think they'll have time to get back on an even talent tier before the objective if they're able to find the minions and soak them. So 16 is here for Resurgence. And are they looking for a fight? No, looks like they're being a little sneaky and just waiting on Essence to make the first move, and then they'll try and flip something around. Sonya's going to go in there and harass. She's surrounded by blue. Oh, and then she does get rooted. However, she's able to spin to win and heal herself up. And then Tychus falls. Got the snowball, took 2 down, so Johanna and Azmodan are low. Johanna's going to go down. Asmo is slowed. He's going to go down also, so that's a 5v2. And May wants more. She's not done. She wants Stukov. Stukov pops his medallion, but it's not enough to save him. So that's just Blaze against 5 members of Resurgence. and he's going to just give them the fort wisely. And he's going to come back and try and clear the top lane. In the meanwhile, Resurgence, they're going to take this camp. It's not quite time to end. I don't think they would have been able to end there with Essence being at full strength here in 10-15 seconds. So they're going to get to camp, and then they're going to come down and they're going to just blow this objective up. They've already got it halfway done. So Essence is going to have to defend an Arcane Punisher barreling down. I believe it'll be in the bottom lane. So we're at 32, 33, 35. And we are at 40. We do have 16 for both teams, so they're on the same talent tier at least. Sonya coming in. She's spinning all over Blaze. He does get back. The light bomb goes off onto May. She gets Stukov, and then Stukov is also, he got another stun in there from someone, I'm not sure who. Blaze goes down. The snowball misses, but they've still got 3 down, so that's a full health Punisher and 5 members of the red team up, and only Johanna and Azmodan to defend it. So if you're squeamish, look away, because that core is about to die. And that'll take it to 0. And that is going to be a 2-0 domination for Resurgence of the Storm. So let's head here over to the game summary. All right, let's look at some stats here. So Azmodan leading in damage, but unfortunately wasn't enough. He's 17-2 in kills. Resurgence just kind of got out early, and then just with that camp pressure, they did a really good job of just playing the map, play the macro. There are a lot of camps on this map, so you spend a lot of time taking them, and then making the other team react to you. And then when the team fights came, they answered the bell, and they were able to just kind of exert their will. So that's the tail of the tape there. Let's head back over to the map page, and we will give someone a point. So let's give that to Resurgence, and that completes officially their 2-0 domination. In the meantime, let me see if I can get someone in here for an interview for the post game. See if anybody wants in. What do you guys think, Chad? Who's your MVP of the series? I'm gonna go with Susie, that Anduin. Was just really good. I don't think he died in either the first or the second game. He was just solid. A lot of good pulls in the first game, and a lot of just keeping his team alive in the second game. So I hope everyone was entertained. I know I sure as heck was.
Hello.
And we have, who do we have? We have C2D2, Captain of Resurgence of the Storm. Congratulations on that 2-0 domination. Well played.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So, play the match. If you had to pick a play of the match, what would it be? There were a lot of really good plays in there, but is there one that stands out?
Play of the match. I think, I don't know, it has to be probably one of like the VPs in the first map. We kind of, somewhere in the mid game, we started feeding, like our Joe fed mid, and then our Chromie fed, and then we were able to just play cool and use that VP as a tool to get kills and bring us back into the game kind of each time. So it's probably just like the VP after the feeds. It's probably the play of the game, I think.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree. He definitely got some value out of that Void Prison several times in the first game. Oh, well, you got some value out of that. So no, nothing wrong with tooting your own horn. You do something good, you make sure everyone knows you did something good.
Yeah.
Speaking about things people did well, does Susie always play Anduin that well, or was tonight just a really good night?
No, I mean, she plays Anduin really well. I don't think she died actually at all.
Nope. She didn't.
Great pulls, great light bombs. So definitely really strong play coming out from her. When I report the match, she's definitely getting the MVP.
Yep, I'm not going to disagree with that either. She's played insane. I'm a support being myself, so I kind of watch the supports maybe a little bit more than some people might. And I was just like, she had at least 3 pulls on the first game that absolutely saved someone from dying.
Yeah,
So well played. Make sure to pass that along.
definitely.
So the season is time is growing short. So with that domination, that puts you guys with 18 points if I can do my caster math correctly, which puts you up near the top of the division. Do you have any particular match that you have circled for the rest of the season? Like we're really looking forward to, like, this week is the week we're going to make a statement, and we're gonna get those points. We're going to push us up to the top of the standings.
I mean, definitely, we're looking forward to the very last week, week 9, which is going to be against Garrulous Gabriel Lenzies, I think is how you say their name.
I think so.
They are undefeated. The only team to take a map off them thus far was Randy Newman, and I watched that match, and they got extremely lucky taking that map off of them on First Hollow. So I'm hoping to bring our team in there and beat them, actually, and be the one team that beats them.
Nice, and that was actually the last week of the season. That's the week to do it. Make a nice little statement
Yeah,
for the playoffs,
exactly.
and
Very
you,
last week.
you, yeah, you guys are within striking distance. You'll need a little bit of help, but if someone else can find a way to knock them off, you guys could actually be, maybe thinking about first place at that point. I mean, you need some
Potentially.
help, but you're
Yeah,
always up there.
potentially. They face Respect the Goose, and I think Team Rainbow Strike Go left. So TRSG is a good team. They definitely have a chance to do something against them, I think.
Yeah, I don't think I play in C West, and it's been a pretty good division all year long, competition wise. I mean, we do have the Garrulous Gabriellenses, who no one can seem to actually take a match off of, but everyone else, like, on any given day, any team can win any given match. So it makes the division a lot of fun. Hope you guys
Yeah,
are having fun this season.
I think, this is definitely a more competitive season. I think last season, for us and for just the whole league in general. Randy Newman always making a strong showing every season, and then some Div D teams that moved up that are doing really well too. Artemis doing pretty well. Were you guys in Div D last season too?
Yeah. Bloodbath and Beyond
Yeah.
was in Div D
Bloodbath
last season.
Beyond, TRSG, so a bunch of Div D teams definitely deserving to be in C.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll be around in the playoff hunt, and we'll be on opposite sides of the map here. Sometimes the playoffs. Love to get another shot at you guys, and I want to wish you luck for the rest of the season.
Right? We faced you guys like week 1, like way back then. Was that about right?
I don't even remember at this point.
It was
All
definitely
of the days run together.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, good luck with the rest of the season. Before I let you go here and go and celebrate and throw champagne around the locker room, whatever you guys do after the game, anybody you want to shout out? Floor is yours.
Yeah, definitely gonna give a shout out to Essence Gaming. We've played them in the past. We played them last season, and they actually beat us last season. So it was really refreshing to come in and get the domination on them this time around. I think our team is definitely much better this season than it was last season. Pick up of Susie as our healer. And shout out to you, the caster. I know that you guys are playing them next week, so smart play, getting a little scout action going on.
What, me? Scout casting? No, I would never do that.
No, but I love it anyways. I love being cast, and I'm sure they appreciated it too. And shout out to the rest of my team for playing really well this season. I think that puts us at about like 7-1 for matches this season, so doing really well. Shout out to NGS and the NGS community, and shout out to my girlfriend who I think is watching. So yeah, I think that's just about wraps it up. Shout out to Emma, who was a spectator this game, watching from behind the scenes. So yeah,
I think that covers it. And I'm gonna give a one shout out to everyone that stopped by and watched. So thanks everyone. I'll let you go and get back to your team and have fun. And everyone else, I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream. So get out there, play some games, and get some wins. Have a good night, everyone.